What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another review, and this time we're taking a look at The Wedding Singer, starring Adam Sandler. Let's waste no time. Let's get right into it. The Wedding Singer is often regarded as one of Adam Sandler's best comedies, and upon watching this movie multiple times, not only when it first came out, but also as life went on, The Wedding Singer truly is one of Adam Sandler's best comedy movies. This came out during the time when Adam Sandler was getting white hot as a comedian, especially in the late '90s, going into early 2000s. The Wedding Singer just cemented Sandler as a box office comic talent. And when you watch this movie and when you rewatch this movie now, over 20 years later, it still holds up. The Wedding Singer is still a very, very fun movie. It's a very well done romantic comedy, and it truly is one of Adam Sandler's best movies. This came out before Adam Sandler got lazy with his comedy and started just doing gross out toilet humor. Like, the humor in The Wedding Singer doesn't really have gross out humor. It has character based humor, and I appreciate that for it. And not only that, the story itself is very easy to follow, and not only that, the character of Robbie Hart and Julia, they're just so good to, like, Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler are such a good on-screen couple. Their charisma just bounces off one another just perfectly, and their scenes are they're very likable. Their characters are very, very likable. Their scenes can be very, very funny, very, very touching, very, very poignant, and just very, very natural. Like, Sandler and Barrymore have natural chemistry on screen with each other with this movie. And and it's almost as if you're not seeing actors, you're seeing people when Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler are on screen, because that's just how touching their chemistry can really be, and that's just how that's just how good their performances are in general. I have zero complaints about the performances of Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore in this movie. They're great. They're also backed by a really good supporting cast as well. You have Alan Corvette, who plays Robbie's best friend Sammy, who is a ladies' man who hits on everybody. I love Alan Corvette in this movie as the character of Sammy. I thought he was absolutely hilarious. He has some of my best scenes and best moments. Christine Taylor plays Holly, who is the cousin of Julia. Christine's also Holly. The Holly character is also pretty funny in this movie, though she doesn't really have a whole lot of scenes. But in the scenes that she does have, she's good. And I like her on-screen chemistry with Drew Barrymore. I buy them as being very close, just not only as relatives, but as just really good friends. The actor who plays Glenn, who is this womanizing guy who is Julia's fiance, but is just marrying her because he feels it's an obligation. He doesn't really care for Julia the way Robbie cares for Julia. And I like the actor who played Glenn. He comes across as just a sleazy, yuppie 80s type of character who is just into material things and doesn't really care about anything else but that. I like this character. I thought his character was fun. And this movie just has a lot of good supporting actors in it. You have John Lovitz, who has a brief role in this movie, who has one of my favorite scenes in the entire movie, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. The actress who plays Linda, the girl who's Robbie's sweetheart, who Robbie wants to marry, but she ends up calling off the engagement, the wedding, I should say, which we see Robbie go through, bouts of depression because of it. But at the same time, it's through this where he gets more acquainted with Julia, and that's when their relationship really starts to blossom, and they start to fall for one another. And Julia starts to question whether or not she really wants to be with Glenn, because she finds herself having more in common with Robbie, mainly because Robbie is more like her, and he's a guy who loves life. He's a guy who enjoys life, enjoys the simple things, and is not really into the whole materialistic stuff. And that's where Julia and Robbie's relationship really starts to blossom, really starts to bloom, and really starts to become the heart of the movie, so to speak. And again, all the praise has to go to Sandler and Barrymore. Their on-screen chemistry is just too good in this movie. It's way too good. Like, it should be a crime as to how good these two are in this movie. I know I'm just gushing all over the place about Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore and The Wedding Singer, but it's the truth. These guys are great. They make the movie. But again, that's not a disservice to the supporting characters. Like I said, John Lovitz has a nice role. Steve Buscemi has a nice little cameo at the beginning of the movie, where he plays this drunk guy at a wedding, and he's absolutely hilarious. And you have other Adam Sandler regulars who pop up here and there, who also have nice little memorable scenes. Like, I don't really have a whole lot of bad to say about The Wedding Singer. this movie is too good not to hate. This movie's too good not to hate it. I mean, if anything, the stuff with the old lady, I think is okay. I don't find it to be particularly funny, but it's not horrible either. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's like the stuff with the old lady. It's not that funny. There's this one scene, because I got the special edition. There's this one scene that we see where Robbie and the old lady character are having a conversation about Robbie's penis, and it's just not funny. It goes on way too long than it should, and no wonder why they cut it out of the theatrical cut. It's not a funny scene at all. It just drags on, and it stops being funny after the first 5 seconds. But the rest of the movie is completely the exact opposite. I love this movie, especially the third act where Julia and Robbie are on a plane, and with the help of Billy Idol, Robbie's able to whisk Julia away from the evil Glenn. So yeah, I love everything about this movie, with the exception of a couple of things. Maybe the Linda character, I don't think the Linda character should have even come back in the third act, to be honest with you. But I understand why that character did come back. It was meant to be a catalyst for Julia to really push forward with Glenn, even though she doesn't want to. But it's kind of plays out as if she's all out of options. She wants to be with Robbie, but then through a misunderstanding, she thinks Robbie's back with Linda, and that's what pretty much catapults the entire third act of the movie. So I get it. It works, I guess. Yeah. I don't really have a whole lot more to say about The Wedding Singer. This is a great comedy movie, one of Adam Sandler's best. And with all that being said, I'm going to give it a solid 9 out of 10. Love The Wedding Singer. If you've not seen this movie in a long time, give it a watch because it's great. From a comedy standpoint, it's fantastic. From a setting standpoint, taking place in the 80s, it's great. The soundtrack is so authentic. So many classic 80s hits are in this movie. Memorable moments and beautiful chemistry by Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. So yes, 9 out of 10 for The Wedding Singer. Let me know your thoughts in the comment sections down below. Like the video and subscribe, and I'll check you back next time for more.